Hello Harry, I'm just going to show you approximately the way to do the video editing using Capcut. So obviously first thing I try to work a way that I could record the screen and then do the audio, and I stuttered and I stopped and I got all weird about it, so I thought simply this way I can edit the video afterwards. So I've got my camera now looking at the screen, so you obviously can see that and you can hear me on the microphone. So I'm going to open Capcut, which is along here somewhere. There it is. So we're going to create project. Oh, sorry, I feel going too fast. So I'm going to click on create project at the top here. Okay. So there's our project. Excuse me. So the first thing we need to do is import the A roll and the B roll. So I'm going to click on this word import here. Okay. Go to videos, and you'll find there's one called multi-test Harry. Just I don't know what to call it. Anyway, so we click outside, drag over this, so we drag on to both, highlight to both, click open, and they're now in what's called the library. Okay. Important thing here is to click anywhere other than on those pictures, because they're both highlighted, so we need to just click once at the side to unhighlight them. Okay. So now we're going to get A roll and drag it down. See where it says cover there, and you let go and it will automatically go to the left. The other thing is you can do, which makes it a bit easier to look at, if you look over here on the right where the cursor is, little plus key will zoom in on the timeline. So you can do, I mean, if you want to see it all, you can do that. So what I'm going to do now, and I've already cut this before I resaved it, I want to look to the point where Mao hands in the microphone. So we'll go right back to the start there. Okay. Now if you watch, and I'm using the spacebar by the way to make the start and stop. You can click up on here, but it's just as easy as the spacebar. So if you watch him, he's going to hand in the microphone now, and you press the spacebar. And what I need to do now, if you're not quite sure because it's not zoomed in, you can click on here and zoom in a lot more just so you can see everything there. I'm going to go make sure it's highlight the track. You can see it's highlight because it's got a line around the outside. Now I'm going to go to this little pointing down thing, okay, which is a marker. It says add marker, so I'm going to click that marker there, okay. So it's marked where he's clasped the microphone, okay. Now we're going to carry on with the rest of the stuff. So we don't do anything more about that, but in this case, what I normally do is if this speaker has a video or a PowerPoint or whatever on the big screen, when it starts I zoom into the screen because it's a bit distant to look because it's small. So if you look, I'm going to pull the cursor along here to the point where he plays the TV on the screen. I'll go back there, there's it is now. So I don't know why he's standing up. If you go to the point where the video starts, okay, there, what we do is on here, we click on here still to make sure the track is highlighted on the video we're working on. And it's not a marker, it's a keyframe we're putting on. So if you go over to this little window here, right at the very top is where it says transform to the right. Click on that and it says add keyframe. Just click it once and you'll see there's a little blue dot come on there. Okay. Now I normally count about 5 to 8 seconds, so I'm going to press the spacebar and play it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll do. Press the spacebar again. Okay, now you can see there's a distance between that blue marker, or a keyframe as it's called, to this new line here. So make sure the cursor is on the top, it's all highlighted, and click on the thing again and make another mark. Okay, so we've got 2 markers now. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to move this around as well later, but we're going to pull the scale up. It's 100%, you can see it's 100% there, but we're going to zoom in to approximately the width of the screen which is there, it's near enough anyway. But the other thing we want to do now is the Y coordinate, which is the up and down, and the X coordinate is left and right. So in the Y coordinate, we want to bring it down, so I'm going to click on the lower one. I think you can actually do this with your mouse. You can click in and do the wheel on the mouse. Oh, didn't work very well, did it? You click in and just keep turning the mouse so you don't move out of that spot. You can see it's moving down, but it's probably easy just to click on the button and hold it down. So that takes a little while to scroll down. Weird thing is, Harry, on the computer at the workshop, in the main sheet, you can actually click on the screen and drag the screen down, and those details will change. But for some reason at my computer here, it just doesn't do it. I've tried it and done all sorts of things, and it doesn't. And it might be too zoomed. So I'm going to stop that, and I'm just going to unzoom it a little bit, so we can see more of him. Okay, well probably that might be a bit okay. I'll just zoom it a little tiny bit. Now you can see that is out of an angle here, so we need to go down and rotate. I'm not quite sure which way, but we'll find out. I'll click left. Oh, that's dead right. I would have said we need to go out and zoom a little bit because we don't want to lose him, because he might be talking as well. So we can go like that. So that means we need to just go up with the Y coordinates just a little bit more, just to take that up a little bit, which is what I'm doing now. Okay, just a few seconds more and that'll do. Okay, so now I just, because we've got two of these, or should have, I've lost the other one now. You can see the little white one here and the blue one here. So if I go back to the ball just before the white one and press play, you'll see what happens. The video will appear on the screen, and at the same time the thing will slowly zoom in. So us as the audience and watching the video will be able to see the screen better, because we don't really want to see all these people. I mean, you might want to do a shorter gap between the zoom, it doesn't matter anyway, but you know, it's teaching you, at least you know how to do it. So when you see that cursor get towards that blue sign, that's when it will stop moving around and stop zooming in. And I think that's pretty cool actually, that's good enough there. Okay, so that stays there, that's fine. Now the other thing is you're going to pause it again and drag this little bottom line here, you can click on it, to the right hand end. You'll see on the screen here on the track, you'll see the black TV in a minute, because at the end of it, there's no picture on it. There we are. Can you see the little black showing there's a black TV? If I go up there, you'll see there's nothing on the screen. So what we're going to do now is go back to the picture on the screen. There it is there. Move it forward just till it's coming off. That will do. There, right? There, okay. Make sure you clicked over the track. We're going to put another marker on here. Keyframe. Click once, yeah. Probably go forward 5 seconds if you like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do it. Push the space bar. Now we're going to put another one on there. Okay. Now we're going to take out the zoom to 100%. If you look here, 183. We're going to go to 100% because that's what it was before. If it's a bit fiddly getting there, you can just click on there till you get your 100%. I'm going the wrong way. There, 100%. We need to move this up now, so we're going to go another way, but this time we're going to click on the up. So we're going to twiddle your fingers, because this particular, I could speed it up on when I edit the video, but it won't drag. I found it with my computer, it won't drag because it does elsewhere. It's a bit weird, but anyway, as you can see, I'm going up as fast as I can. I mean, you could type in 0, just click in here, type 0, and hit enter, and it will go up because it was 0, 0. That's quicker, eh, Harry? So if I just go back before the zooming out, you'll see if I play it, the windows is stopped, so we don't want to be zooming in. I mean, the screen is stopped. So we're back to the normal zoomed out now. How does that? It's fine? Okay. I hope you can hear me alright, because I did one and I thought my volume wasn't at the right volume. Anyway, you can press the pause button here if you like, or the space bar on the keyboard. Now we're all happy with that. You might, I'll show you later on about that. So now we're going back to our library. This is called the library. We're going to go to the B-roll, which is there. Okay, and we're going to drag the B-roll down to there. Pull it along. Now this is going to be slightly different, Harry, because I turned the B-roll on, the recording, long before tea break, or just before the gong went, because I didn't want to be trying to fight people and get through to them to turn the blooming screen on, so I just turned it on beforehand, with the view of cutting what I didn't want. As you can see, I'm dragging to the end. I think there are other ways you can do it. I think if you click in this way, so you can remove the space or something. Close gap, here we are. Yeah, this is just CCA. Okay, now the bottom one here we're not interested, we're only interested in the top one. What we have done is reduce the sound so it's not peaking. So if we go back, what we've got to find is the position where Mal hangs in the microphone. And he's nowhere near there yet, as you can see. So I might just reduce that in size so we can see the thing a bit closer. So you can go up to, you'll see when he moves because he walks up. There he goes. That's just before he hands the mic, isn't it? So that position, we could click here, okay, go over here and to the split thing, and we could get rid of this, press the delete key, and we could also click right mouse click again and close gap. That goes right back there. And what we need to do this time is play that till we see him hand the mic. Any second now. There. So what we're going to do, can you remember not or not? Make sure that that track is highlighted. I'll just enlarge it a little bit so we can see it. Make sure the track is highlighted. It wasn't, see now it is now. And we click on the little marker button and it puts a marker on it. And they're slightly out of line, but it doesn't matter, because that's what we're doing here now. Excuse me. By the way, while I'm talking about this thing, you don't have to save anything, it automatically saves as you go along. But it will save it as a weird number. It's called 0111. It doesn't matter, you can change that at a later date if you need to, but not for now, we won't worry about that. But now we've got those two lined up, we can also go to the other end and cut that bit off, because we know we don't want that anymore. So we can go right to there. The track is already highlighted. Oh, I've got the cursor there, sorry. There. And we can go to cut there, and we can get rid of that. Just highlight it and press the delete key. So we've got the two tracks. Now, what we do, we make sure we go to the beginning of the track. Okay. You can just press this little button here, so it all shows on the timeline, and then you know where the end of the beginning is. So we start there. Now, this is the little quick tricky bit. It's not that tricky, but you highlight that one, hold the control key down, and click on the other one underneath, the B-roll. Click on that and they'll both be highlighted, right? Now, right mouse click on any track and you'll get a drop down menu, and one of them will say create multicam clip. There it is, this one here. So we click on that and you say, now this is the important thing, we're not syncing by auto, which is the sound, we're syncing by our marker. So we click on that little arrow there and we choose first marker. Okay, and then we go create. It'll do it in seconds because it's only looking at the two markers. Doink, it's done. Right, now there's another thing. I mean, that's showing different because the cursor's over here. Don't worry about that. The other thing is we've got to do before we carry on is double click on the track, go to the B track and click on the little mic of the earphone so we mute that track because we don't want two tracks of audio. Now if you look here, it says multicam clip. Click on that little arrow and it'll go back to where we were. Now we've got a perfect multicam clip. That hasn't shown yet because we're not playing it. If you start playing it, it will come on the screen in a few seconds when it hits the microphone. There we are. See how you took the microphone in both pictures? Now, when we play it, whichever one we've got this on is the one that's going to be produced. So you might want to go back there, okay, and as soon as the other one comes on, pressing the space bar, click on it, because that's what we want at the beginning of our film, isn't it? Okay. So now you can play the video through to where you think it's the perfect place, blah blah blah. You can listen to it. This is why I said earlier on, you really should play it through and mark out where you want to swap the cameras. So when he actually says hello twice, good morning twice, which is a bit odd, because he's going to say it again just after this lady comes in. There we are. But what I did on the one I did, as soon as he started talking about the holiday that he never had before, I click on here, and you'll see it's the audience that we're watching. Just about 3 or 4 seconds, and then you can go back. So anyway, whoever's watching it gets a good idea of how the audience is and who they are. So really you're probably not going to turn it back and forward until nearly almost quite a way through, when perhaps somebody in the audience asks something, so then you can switch it over. But my suggestion is you watch it all the way through first, and when you see the part one of the audience asks, and you can want to switch the cameras, write down the time on the track when that happens and the time when it goes back to the other, when it goes back to the speaker. That way it makes it a lot easier to do it when you're doing the job, because you'll know those things, times are coming up. So I'm not going to do it anymore because you know how to do it by now. So I'm going to pause it. Okay, now, as I said before, if you go to the very beginning, you can put a text on here. So if I play that up, I mean, what you might want to do as well before that comes on, if you use the arrow keys, you can go back to where it was blank on number 2, cat track. Oh, it's gone. I've gone too far up. I will play that. And this is the one I started on it, so we can actually go forward a little tiny bit and cut that a little bit off. In fact, when that lady comes in, what's her name? There, that's really when he starts saying it again. So what I would do is I'd highlight that, go right on the dead part there, even magnify it if you like, just plus on there so we can see it a bit better. Okay, and that's just where he's doing it, just where he's going to speak again there. So I think we should click on there, click on the split, and get rid of this one. Press the delete key and it'll all move on. So now when we do it, we haven't got 2 good mornings, we've only got 1 good morning. As you see, that's the one highlighted. So he's saying I haven't got the earphones in at the moment, but I know what he says. Good morning, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. And as you can see here, I've switched over to the other camera. You'll see it on this screen. In fact, if I drag it down, you get a better idea of the picture because it's a bit bigger then. Like that. There we are, so we switched over. A few seconds, then I switched back. Then I switched back. So really that's it, Harry. Nearly called you Peter. Now the other thing is, obviously you can tart it up. Although we've done it multi-camered, you can still edit the whole thing, all bits and pieces of it. So as we just put that picture in the beginning, which is really good. Or did we still got it? I think we changed it. I know we cut it off. So if you want, you can put text at the beginning. Go up to here and put on text, drag whatever one you want down, blah blah blah. And usually I do that at the end as well. I mean, it's entirely how you want to do it, but if you go to the very end, there is a logo I put in. I'll just find where, I can't remember what it is, I'll try to go there. I think it's in pictures. So we go to pictures there. I think it's called the new logo or something. There it is, final logo. So if you click on there, open it up, and then you can drag that right to the end of the actual track. Okay? And you can, it might not be long enough, so you might want to hold your mouse at the extreme right hand edge and you'll find it changes to a little bar and you can drag it out. If you look at the numbers on here, you can see where it is. Originally it was about there, which is 23, 30, 17. So if you put, I don't know what you put, but if you put another minute, it's about a minute on there now, and you just drag it out to where you want, where you think it should work. So then what happens, another thing is what you might want to do at the same time is when you come to that very end, which I think we mainly are here, if you go to transitions up the top here on the left, okay, you can see there's loads and loads of transitions. I prefer just to fade or dissolve, which is a fade in the search. Okay, fade out. Okay, click on that. Black fade. So we're just going to drag that right down on the join of the track. There. Okay. So now when we play it, I'll go right near it so you can see it, we play it, all fades. And go to the new, there we are. But it's not really long enough. So what we do is click on this plus key over here, get it bigger so you can see the bloody thing. And when you click on it, I'm not quite sure on this program actually because I don't use this very long, but you should be able to change the time. No, it just says delete, but to change the time, just drag it out bigger, like that. Okay, so then you watch when we play it, you'll see it fade to black and back to that is a bit slower. Even I do it even more. I mean, it looks big here because I've enlarged it, but I mean, it wouldn't be normally if you do that, it's quite small. So I'll come there, I'll play it. Yeah, that looks better, doesn't it? So that's the end. It's about 20 seconds long actually, or something like that. Just look at the text here. But you can make it bigger. If you can't see it, just press on this plus key here, make the whole headline bigger. As you can see it there now. If you click on this end and look over there, it will tell you the length of it. And you can do it longer or shorter, it doesn't really matter, as long as you've got something at the end of it. So that's it actually, Harry, and I hope you've got it all from there, and you can go over it, can't you, anyway, every time. So it's important, apart from the fact all the zooming and crap, one of the other important things is to make sure that on the A track the audio is not clipping. It's not got that yellow bits on the top. Doesn't matter if you've got a couple, but you know, if you're all along it, it's going to sound a bit weird when you play it. So I'm quite happy with that actually. There are, on here, on this particular program, it hasn't got a button that sends the cursor right back. There probably is a way around doing it, and I don't know because I don't use it much, but even so, what I would just normally do is click over here where it says zoom to fit in the timeline. Okay, and then I would just drag that to the very end. That's it. And you can put text there and put whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Anyway, once you're happy with what you were doing, you're going to go up to export here. And we're going to assume that you've got text saying this is Joe Blogs, blah blah blah, whatever. And you might even want to put at the end, edited by your name, blah blah blah, that dimension or whatever. So we're going to go to export here now. We're going to choose the export conditions or specifications or whatever you call them. Okay, now it says here kilobits per second 2500. That's quite high. The reason it is because I found that on some videos, particularly if you've got doing a zooming from a standard video, what you find is it pixelates a little bit. So I raised the kilobits per second. It won't hurt it to leave it at that. It just makes the file a bit bigger, but we don't mind. It's only a 30-minute file at most. Okay, so you're going to make a name up here. It's got a name, but you need to name it yourself. You could go like that and say, I can't even remember what the guy, I just put Spain, S-P-A-I-N. I mean, normally you look it up and put his name. Okay, and just check where it's going so you know where to look. See, it's going in here. Users, OEM, that's the registered computer name. Videos, multi-test Harry. What's this other one? I don't know. Let's have a look. Oh, that's all it is, yeah. So it's got the name of the file as well. Okay, it's Spain, which is the name of the file. So that you can't see that, but it does say, it says Spain. So it's going into videos, multi-test Harry, Spain. Okay, the name of it is Spain. So now I would change none of these. You want MP4, blah blah blah. That's all right. So you're just going to go on export, and it'll start exporting it.